Logistics management and information technology in supply chain management. In this chapter, we would be studying the methods of logistics planning, the role of inventory management and customer service, and lastly, we will understand the role of information technology in supply chain management. In this particular lesson, we will be studying what is the concept of logistics management and the components in logistic management system. The term logistics comes from the Greek word logistikos, meaning the science of computing and calculating, and it was first used in military. It is a word that is most often associated with military, where it has come to stand for all the activities associated with the wartime deployment and ongoing support of a nation's armed forces. In fact, the importance of logistics to the ultimate success of a military campaign has been well recognized and documented. For more than thousands of years, war referred to logistical functions and their relationships with strategies and tactics. At its heart, logistics deals with satisfying the customers. Every one of us in the economic system, on one hand, a customer, and on the other hand, is a supplier. Even an employee is a supplier for its company. It delivers its achievement, and if I liked to buy something, I am evenly a customer. This implies that management must first understand what those requirements are before a logistic strategy can be developed and implemented to meet the needs of the consumers. Products are not usually any longer manufactured today when they are needed. Therefore, they must be transported to the customers. Products are today manufactured where it is most inexpensive. Therefore, logistic processes can be seen by different sides. You can see logistics as material management, and it is also possible to see logistics as a physical distribution. Therefore, if we define the process of logistics management, it is the process of planning, implementing, and controlling of effective flow of storage of goods, services, and related information from the point of origin to the point of consumption for the purpose of conforming to the customer's expectations. So, if we analyze this particular definition, it certainly has the functions of management like planning, implementing, and controlling of the logistics in the supply chain management. Now, when I speak of logistics, it consists of the effective and efficient flow of goods, storage of goods and services, and information related to from the point of origin to the point of consumption. And the most important thing is that the purpose of which is to conform with the customer's expectations. Therefore, customers' expectations, customer satisfaction is at the heart of logistics management. Let us now study what are the different components in the logistics system. Now, as you can see on the slide, the logistics system consists of the following components. First being customer service, second inventory management, third transportation, fourth storage and material handling, fifth packaging, sixth information processing, seventh demand forecasting, eighth product planning, ninth purchasing, 10th facility location, and 11th are the other activities which are required for smooth functioning of any logistic system. Now, when we speak of other activities for a specific organization, it could include tasks such as after-sales parts and service support, maintenance functions, return goods handling and recycling operations. Clearly, any one organization is unlikely to require all these specific tasks to be accomplished. Now, for example, a service firm such as an airline might combine these elements from the information processing, maintenance, demand forecasting, customer service, and purchasing functions into a logistic system designed to reach its customers. On the other hand, a manufacturer of consumer goods may draw from transportation, inventory management, storage, materials handling and packaging in addition to a customer service, purchasing and demand forecasting for their logistics supports. The point is that every organization, be it manufacturer or a service provider, for profit or non-profit, has customers that it wants to reach. By integrating the appropriate functions into a customer-focused logistics systems, the enterprise can develop a sustainable advantage that is very difficult to be imitated by a competitor. Some of these activities have traditionally had a well-defined stand-alone role within a company, like purchasing, production, information processing, while others have generally been more closely associated with logistics, like transportation, warehousing, and packaging. What ties or what binds together all of these is the function that it's together is their ability to improve customer satisfaction. This is not to say that production, for example, should be subordinate to logistics. Rather, top management should utilize logistics as a way to integrate these corporate activities and keep them focused on the customer rather than on the internal processes. Now, let us study each of these components in detail. First is customer service. Customer service is a multi-dimensional and very important part of an organization's logistics effort. In broad sense, it is the output of the entire logistics effort. That is, customer service and some resulting level of satisfaction are what the logistics system ultimately provides the buyer. However, many organizations do have a more narrow functional view on customer service as something they actually perform. For example, a firm may have a customer service department with customer service employees that handle complaints, special orders, damage claims, returns, billing problems, etc. For all the intents and purposes, these employees are the organization as far as many buyers are concerned. So their role in overall logistics system becomes crucial. Disappointment at this level can lead to dissatisfaction with the organization as a whole that effectively neutralizes the entire logistics effort. Now, this particular example relates very closely to Amazon. Amazon is the most customer-centric company or customer-centric organization, and since it is on an online platform, the customers cannot see the suppliers, the facility providers or the service providers. What they can see is the customer service executives and the delivery person who gets their products at the doorstep. So for most of the people, these are the company, these are Amazon, the customer service executives and the delivery personnel. So in this case, these people become the face of the company. They represent company. Therefore, their role in overall logistics system becomes very important. Next component is inventory management. Inventory management deals with balancing the cost of maintaining additional products on hand against the risk of not having those items when the customer wants them. That is the cost of lost sales. This task has become more complex as firms have gradually lowered inventory levels. The challenge is the situation is to manage the rest of the logistics systems to accommodate the lack of inventory so that the customer service does not suffer. However, all the interests in reducing inventories, notwithstanding the fact there remains that inventory management is still necessary for serving customers in many markets. So managers have to decide whether they need additional products in a given market, and if so, how many of these items. It is also worth recognizing that the inventories of raw materials and component parts, the customer is the firm's own production line. For finished goods, the customer is the final user of the product. Both customers have different needs which must be assessed in formulating an appropriate inventory policy. This should balance the cost of maintaining stocks on one hand with the costs that could result from not having a requisite item on the other hand. There is no doubt that holding inventory costs money, so firms don't want to have any more than is absolutely necessary to keep themselves and the customers satisfied. And therefore, even inventory management becomes an important part of a logistics system. Moving on to another component, that is transportation. Now, transportation, as you know, refers to the physical movement of goods from the point of origin to a point of consumption. It can involve raw materials being brought into the production process or the finished goods being shipped out to the customer. Transportation has assumed a greater role in many logistics systems for two reasons. First, the liberalization of transportation laws in many countries have provided opportunities for knowledgeable managers to obtain better service at lower prices than they could in the past. And second, as the inventory levels have dropped in response to the just-in-time, that is the JIT strategy, transportation is frequently used to offset the potentially damaging impact on the customer service levels that could otherwise result from those inventory reductions. Another component in logistics system is storage and material handling. Now, these two address the physical requirements of holding inventory. Storage includes the tasks necessary to manage whatever space is needed, and material handling is concerned with the movement of goods within that space. Thus, the former, that is the storage, would consider issues related to the warehouse number, size, layout, and design, and the material handling would focus on the systems that need to move goods in, through, and out of each facility. An organization's inventory policy have a direct impact on their storage and handling needs. Thus, one result of the move to smaller inventories in the requirement for less storage space. We have already studied these two components in much detail in the previous chapter, so no need of any more explanation. Another component is packaging. Now, packaging focuses on protecting the product while it is being shipped and stored. Too much packaging increases costs, while inadequate protection can result in merchandise damage and ultimately customer dissatisfaction. Also, since every bit of packaging is ultimately discarded, Logistics managers must also consider the environmental costs associated with the waste disposal. Increasingly, now the firms are working to develop materials that provide requisite levels of protection yet are recyclable or quickly degradable. And even some companies make or design the packaging as such that the customers would not like to throw that away easily. Some products come in such a beautiful and premium packaging that the customers would like to keep them and use them in a better way and not just discard them or throw them away. Companies like M Caffeine or Bombay Shaving Company, they send their products in such good packaging or a premium packaging or a box with magnetic flip, so one would not easily throw or discard it away. Therefore, packaging becomes very important part in logistics system. Moving ahead to another component, which is information processing. Now, information processing is what links all the areas of logistics systems together. The growth of reasonably priced computers and software has put sophisticated management information systems within the reach of even the smallest organizations. Indeed, firms are now linking their internal logistics information systems with those of their vendors and customers as means to adding more value to the entire chain. Such an open exchange of information can result in faster order placement, quicker benefit delivery, and greater accountability throughout the logistics process. Then we have demand forecasting. Now, demand forecasting addresses the need for accurate information on future customer needs. The logistics system ensures the right products or services are available to meet customer requirements. Logistics requirements necessitate going beyond the market sales forecasting to obtain specific data on timing, mix, and quantity of benefits desired by the buyers. Without this information, the logistics system runs the risk of compromising customer satisfaction rather than enhancing it. So, demand forecasting is important firstly because you should meet the customer's need at the required time, or whenever the customers need, the product should reach the customer at right time and at right place, satisfying its time, place, and possession utility. Secondly, if you produce or manufacture in more quantity, then the storage cost and the material handling cost also increases, which becomes a costly affair for the organization. Therefore, effective demand forecasting is very important. Next is production planning. It can be included under logistics because manufacturing needs components and raw material in order to make finished goods that are in turn demanded by a consumer. Thus, production planning is at the center of the entire logistic process. Yet it is often viewed as a stand-alone entity, as we have studied in the previous chapter, with its own objectives and agenda. The risk here is that production rather than customer needs becomes the primary focus, a situation that can lead to customers' dissatisfaction. Production planning, that is what to produce, how much to produce, in what quantity, in as what quality to produce. All these things are included under production planning, and it must be given equal importance as that of customer satisfaction. Then comes purchasing. Now, purchasing deals with the buying of goods and services that keep the organization functioning. Since these inputs can have direct impact on both the cost and quality of the final product or service offered to the consumer, this activity is important to the overall success of the logistics efforts. In addition, the move away from the local sourcing in favor of global buying has complicated this entire process dramatically in the recent years. That is, by globalization, purchasing or importing your raw material or any supplies from somewhere else. For instance, procuring or purchasing the supplies or raw material from some other country because it is cost effective has complicated the entire process rather than just sourcing it locally or as compared to local sourcing. And the last component in logistics system is the facility location. Facility location addresses the strategic placement of warehouses, plants, and transportation resources to achieve customer service objectives and minimize cost. Although not necessarily made often, these decisions can have a long-term and potentially cost implications for the organization. Facility locations are very important in the entire logistics systems. Firstly, it is related to the placement of warehouses, where our warehouses will be placed, whether it would be centralized form or decentralized form, whether it would be located near our production unit or whether it will be near to the consumer market. And second is the transportation resources. How do you use transportation resources for the decided facility location? So all of this again has very costly implications for the organization. Therefore, it is a very important and thoughtful decision that the management has to make. So yes, students, this was all about the concept of logistics management and all the components in the logistics systems. If you have any doubts, difficulties or issues regarding this topic, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Happy learning.